Hey everybody, this is Jeff Antoniuk. Welcome to the live stream today. We're going to be talking today about a way to approach playing really fast tempos, whatever that means to you. This is actually InBetween-isode number 1. I'm going to be doing 5 or 6 sort of standalone videos on some, single individual topics for the next little while. For those of you that have been following, I did a series called the Jazz Process series of videos that you can find on YouTube. They're all archived there, as will this video be. If you go to Jeff Antoniuk Educator, if you go to that channel on YouTube, you can see the previous 18 Jazz Process videos. Gotten thousands of views and great comments and everything like that. So I really appreciate that this has struck a chord with people, and that lets me know to continue on a little bit more. So as I say, we'll be doing 5 or 6 videos over the course of the next 5 or 6 weeks. And on February 1st, we're going to be debuting our new video series, another longer series working on a particular topic of video. So please stay tuned for those. Subscribe to the channel, and that way you know when a new video comes up. Okay, well let's jump in here. Talking about playing fast tempos. And I think a lot of us think that playing a fast tempo is wiggling your fingers like mad and playing a bunch of eighth notes. That's what we hear. I understand why we think that. But I think practice-wise, we need a paradigm shift. We need a different way to think about the world. And the world doesn't have to be, when we say I'm going to play at 320, at 320 beats per minute, that's fast. I guess in jazz there's this implication or presupposition that that's going to be all eighth notes. Well, that's not the case. So I think a lot of us confuse the ability of wiggling our fingers fast with playing a tempo. They're two different things. So we need that paradigm shift. And I'm suggesting if we practice that way, not only will we get so that we can hear and think about and play these faster tempos, but what we play may actually have a little more melodic content. So here's what I want to do. I've got my iReal B set up to play Cherokee. And by the way, if you've seen any of these videos, my goal here is not to show off. If you want to hear me show off, come to a gig, buy a CD. I'm probably the only guy on Facebook who's crazy enough to come on here, and YouTube to come on here and actually not sound so good. But that's how we practice, right? I want to think about practicing. I want to start conversations with you guys, and showing off after I've done all the practice that's not what we're doing. That doesn't solve anything. That doesn't help anybody. So what I'm going to do, I'm playing alto, a new instrument to me that I don't get around on very much. I'm a tenor player. I'm going to play Cherokee, so it's now in a different key. It's not a hard key, but I've kind of set myself up for failure here. I'm also going to play at 320, and I don't know the last time I played at 320. I don't know if it's been in the last 6 months. I haven't practiced this, but that's the point. So, okay, here's the exercise. What I'm going to do is I'm going to play a couple A sections of Cherokee, and I'm going to play only whole notes. But I want these to be burning whole notes. So at the beginning of every measure, I'm going to hit a note and hold it for 4 beats. Next measure, do the same thing. And what I want to see is, can I play burning time at 320 with whole notes? So let's see what happens, and we can talk about it from there. Okay, so you get the idea. There is a faster tempo for me, maybe that's 340 or 350, where that would be hard. Playing whole notes would be hard. It's such a narrow place to hit. Beat 1 is such a specific target, and it's going by so fast. It's like a car driving by with the window open at 60 miles an hour, and you try to throw an orange in the window. Wow, I mean, that has to be perfectly timed. The faster the car is going, the harder it is to hit that target, right? So that's what's going on. So I thought I was pretty good with hitting right on the beat, but we could listen harder and we could fine tune that. That's the first part of the exercise. That's mostly the exercise. That's where the value is. Now here's part 2. Did I play a great melody? There was one big time, 2 other times I did not like my resolution. So first off, we're thinking about, are we playing great time? That's the main thing. But then the second thing is, and now play an amazing whole note melody. Okay, so you get the idea with that. Now that right there, at whatever challenging tempo for you, that's practice. You are doing it. Here's the thing, you're playing at 320. You're not playing eighth notes at 320, but you're playing burning time. You're playing burning whole notes. You're telling me where the tempo is with your tone. So that's the paradigm shift. A lot of people don't think about it that way. This is a great way to practice. It's really amazing. Here's step 2. Now I'm going to do the same thing, thinking about half notes. Can I play burning half notes that never get ahead, never get behind? We could parse that further into, is there great momentum to my half notes? That's another thing. We could go even further as to, are these Dexter Gordon style half notes or Michael Brecker style half notes? Someone that plays further up on the beat, further back on the beat. You get the idea. So let me try some half note soloing for you. Cherokee. You get the idea. I am sweating. I felt my body temperature rise as I was doing that. So here's the tempo I was playing. That's super medium slow, right? But at the tempo, the way I was having to think and concentrate so hard, I literally started sweating in those 10 seconds because I was thinking, I was conceptualizing, I was thinking of the world differently, right? Trying to play against that track. You're getting the idea. And then I go back and did I play a great melody with that? Okay, let's dial it up. So far I'm comfortable with playing decent melodies and good time. I feel like I'm playing with good time, half notes and whole notes. We can debate that. Okay, so now let's dial it up to quarter notes. I'm stopping myself right there. In that 6th, 7th, 8th measure, I was behind. So I'm not cutting it. Here we go, one more time. I'm feeling myself behind. I'm not behind as in dropping beats, but it doesn't feel as comfortable as the whole notes and half notes. I'm playing twice as fast or 4 times as fast. You get the idea. And now I can start thinking about the melodies that I'm playing too. But at this point, I'm not going to think so much about my melodic content. I'm going to think about dialing it up so I'm really comfortable playing that time. Okay. I guess you know where we're going from here. Now, you could stay there for weeks or months, and that would be amazing practice. And then that's the way you practice. Now you go on stage and just play the way you play. You're not going to play a half note and quarter note solo. But that training, that ability to hear the time is amazing. It's amazing. Give it a try. So I'm going to go on to eighth notes. Here's the thing. This is going to be rickety as hell because I picked a tempo that for today on the alto, not warming up and everything, it's going to be a mess. Here's the thing. I'm going to play eighth notes until the wheels come off the cart, and then I'm going to dial back to quarter notes or even half notes. So in other words, I'm only going to allow myself to sound good. As soon as the eighth note starts sounding bad, that could be after 2 of them, I dial back and get my footing again with half notes or quarter notes. When that's comfortable in my mind, I dial up to eighth notes again and see how long I can hang out. As soon as it starts getting wonky, dial back. See if you can follow what I'm doing here. So as soon as things would get weird, I would dial back. So I'm noticing when things go haywire and I'm trying to fix it right away. So again, it's this paradigm shift. of great time. And so great time doesn't have to be eighth notes. Yes, I understand that jazz is an eighth note kind of language and we want to get there. But separate playing eighth notes from playing great time. They are not the same thing. A lot of people play eighth notes with bad time. So they're not the same thing. That's the main thing I want to point out. This is an amazing way to practice. I've talked to plenty of people who have different versions of this, or people that play these fast tempos with slow motion just to develop their melodic sense. To me, combining the two really does make a lot of sense. So I really, really hope that's helpful to you. As I said, these videos, this video, the preceding 18 jazz process videos are all available on YouTube. Jeff Antoniuk Educator is the channel. And there will be different playlists. A playlist for the jazz process videos, a new playlist for these in-between-isodes. And then, as I said, on January 15th, I'll be announcing the new series, which premieres on February 1st. So please subscribe to that. One last thing. Some people have been sort of questioning me and sort of the sense of giving this information out for free. And isn't that messing with my jazz education business or my teaching or the master classes I do? And is this a smart thing to do? So what I would say is kind of like WebMD has not put doctors out of business. There's a difference between knowledge and wisdom. And so all the medical knowledge in the world is free online. I can Google that. I don't go to my doctor for knowledge. I go to my doctor for wisdom. So same thing here. This is knowledge. I hope it empowers you. I hope you do a lot with it. There's many other places to get great knowledge too. But it's the wisdom that you get from a great teacher or a great set of master classes or a great summer camp or something like that. You're not paying for knowledge, you're paying for wisdom. So to me, I love doing this stuff, love sharing it with you. I really appreciate the comments, the subscribing, all that business. And if this knowledge takes you to the next place, that's wonderful. And think about getting some of that wisdom too. All right, you guys, thanks so much. And we'll see you in about a week for the next In-Between-isode. Take care.